Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel, guys. And so here we are post-draft. And so we know that Bill Belichick, he did some things that some people really may have some questions about. I mean, myself included with a couple of those picks there. But undrafted free agents, of all the talented guys that was out there, he's bringing in former Miami quarterback De'Aaron King. And so this is an interesting pickup right here, De'Aaron King. And so we'll go ahead and I'll just cover a couple of things about, him at the college level. And so he was ranked as an athlete, by recruiting services, one of the top 15 in the country because of his lack of size for the quarterback position. And so you talk about lack of size there. He's only 5'9". I didn't realize he was, that short there, but he's 5'9", about 196 pounds there. Obviously, he graduated from University of Miami, but prior to that, he played at Houston. And so in Houston, he was a very great passer at Houston, University of Houston, in which he threw for over 10,000 yards passing and also had 3,000 yards rushing. But then he ultimately ended up transferring to the University of Miami there. And so I think that sort of, might have hurt his draft stock there. Obviously, he dealt with some injuries and stuff like that. But he was, he started all 11 games as team captain for the Hurricanes, in which they went 8-3 during that time frame. And he garnered garnering honorable mentions for all ACC accolades. He was 211 of 321, so that's about 64% completion right there, and 2,686 yards passing, 23 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, along with 538 yards on the ground, averaging 4.1 yards a carry and 4 rushing touchdowns. But unfortunately, he tore his ACL in the team's bowl game, so it was heartbreaking to see right there. That happened right there, and so and after he had decided to return to Miami for another season, so obviously that did hurt his stock a little bit right there. But what we do know is that in the right system, this kid can certainly go out there and he can shine. Although, be it at 5'9", there's going to be an uphill battle, but we'll see how that plays out for him. So let's go ahead and let's talk about some of the overview that they say. They say King simply falls too far below the quarterback threshold, considering his level of play wasn't good enough to create an exception for his size. He hasn't played receiver since 2017, but appeared to be more than capable at the position when asked to play it. He's well bent for a role as a slot, but needs to train for better short area quickness and route running. His ability to run RPO zone read packages could be enticing for teams looking to create as many options as possible for their offense. And so based upon that, what does that tell you? Well, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time, and teams are going to have to really figure out creative ways in which how they will use them. But as we've seen around the league, that certainly should be something that teams will be capable of. And we'll see if this happens here for the Patriots. But some of the strengths that they have that they love about him is they say has proven he's willing to play through pain. That is for sure. He will play through pain. They say excellence, intelligence, and recall potential, athletic and highly competitive. Receiving experience with 58 catches in 2016 to 2017. Eludes tacklers with multiple cuts in the open field. They say gadget potential to run, throw, or catch. And so run, throw, catch, that's a lot you can do right there. So I know that is something that's definitely caught Bill's attention. So if you're wondering why he went after this quarterback and particularly, this is exactly why. And so, hey, if we had not taken a quarterback in the middle of the draft, I would not have been surprised if in round 7, if Bill would have ended up taking De'Aaron King. Because I do know that he had some interest in De'Aaron King. So certainly he went ahead and brought this guy in because this guy has a lot of things that he can do. So we'll see how this plays out. Obviously throughout camp, things can get very interesting. And if it works into the preseason, maybe we'll get a glimpse of what Bill has in mind here. But we'll have to wait and see because, right now, you're still early. And obviously, having to be able to, make the team, that's going to be an uphill battle right there. But of course, Bill beats to his own drum basically. So we'll see how this plays out. They say he also had kickoff return for a touchdown as a freshman as well. So a little bit of special teams, and you certainly can use that value right there with Bill Belichick if you want to hang around for a while. Now, obviously, when it comes to the weaknesses, we talked about some of it. They say too small to play from the NFL pocket. They also say he'll be turning 25 years old as a rookie, but that's age right there. We won't too much garner on that. They say requires time to refrain his body for greater explosiveness. And they say it was overmatched at quarterback against Alabama defense. Well, that is Alabama defense there, but that Miami game right there, that was tough. And they say lacks recognition of lurkers, ready to pounce on his throws. But overall, hey, at this point, you already understand what he can bring, the potential that he has there. And so if you can develop him and really just find the perfect way to use him, you might just be able to find something here. So we'll see if Bill will be able to get the best out of Derek King here. But of course, this is the time of year where you take those chances and you bring them all in, and then you look at them in camp and then go from there. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys for all the support, guys, and all the new subs and current subs. All of you guys, thank you guys so much. I really mean that. And see you guys next video.